Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. So this little video is something that originally I did want to do outdoors properly, in the woods or in a field, or you know, in the proper environment in which we will need this kit item. However, my channel is a family channel. I'll try and keep it as clean and as ungraphic as I can. But the subject is, there's no beating about the bush, so to speak. I'm going to say it how it is. It's a shit kit. Let's be honest, we all need to go take number two, a poo, a shit at some time when you're camping, outdoors, in the woods, bushcrafting, whatever you want to call it. So stay with me and I'm going to show you around. This is what I class as a medium to long term kit. Stay with me and I'll give you all a quick look around that. Yeah. Okay, what we've got here, little MTP pack. I say little, this is quite big for what it is. But this, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's around a kit that is designed for medium to long term stay. So what I've got in here, you can simplify, you can reduce in size. So if you're only doing a day, a 2-day, a weekend, you can pretty much cut this into 4 and it will still serve you well. However, this is an old kit of mine. You can probably see the age of this thing. It's cover my number up there. It's a real old kit, but I still put this into my Bergen, my 120 litre long back Bergen. Still keep it prepped in the shed, in the garage rather, ready to go for medium to long term use. Now that being said, I'm a big advocate of, for comfort, for my good mate Bill over at X-Ray Zulu, as he calls it, smoothing it. For smoothing it, man-made items, take them, why not? Good for morale, they're effective, why not? However, always learn to use and adopt the mentality of, like the next fire mentality, the same with everything that you do in bushcraft, survival, camping, whatever you want to call it. Take from nature what you can, because that is the key to long-term sustainability. So for a shit kit, you're not always going to have access to toilet paper, alcohol wipes, baby wipes, bags, etc, etc, cleansing materials. So you're going to have to turn to nature for the substitutes for this kit, which include obviously in nature you're going to be looking at the mullein plant over in the UK, dock leaves, stagnum moss, fantastic, antiseptic, antibacterial, very absorbent. If you let it dry, if you've got time to let these things dry, very, very absorbent. Obviously in the 18th century we used as field wound dressings and as ladies' sanitary needs as well. So stagnum moss, fantastic, makes a great water filter as well, a water gatherer as well. So for me that's one of the top nature's toilet papers without being too graphic. What else we got? Even in the winter you got snow. As horrible as it sounds, keep yourself clean. It's priority. Even if it's cold and uncomfortable, snow, you're washing yourself basically. Use some snow, wipe your ass until it's clean. Happy days. It's better than walking around with a soiled backside that will lead to infection. And trust me, I have experienced a bad infection around that area a long time ago, and to this day, I'll be perfectly honest with you, I am a little bit OCD with my cleanliness when it comes to taking a number 2, because I tell you now, it is no fun getting a serious infection around that area, especially when you've still got to do what you've got to do 2-3 weeks carrying heavy loads in a harsh climate. It is not fun, and that is the truth. So without banging on too much, obviously you've got to be careful for some things over in the UK, such as the giant hemlock, it's poisonous. Poison ivy, obviously, you've got to be careful if you're going to go and get some clean vegetation as Mother Nature provided us toilet paper, grasses, etc. Be careful that you don't choose something that's poisonous or thorny. You know, let's stay comfortable as well as safe. Anyway, I digress massively. To the kit itself. So straight away on the outer, I've got myself a little snap carabiner. This stuff is all old and probably seen its best now. Some paracord that I've gone through the belt loop, and a bungee cord. The bungee cord is because, let's be honest, have you ever tried taking a dump in the dark? Well, if you haven't, I suggest you go and try it, especially if you're in the woods, without tripping up. And I tell you, it can end badly. Whether it be injury or just a mess, it can end badly. So lighting and something like a bungee cord so that you can carry and tie this whole kit around a tree or a stump easily and effectively and quickly, let's be honest, without getting yourself into harm. So for me, little carabiner, bit of a bungee cord, so I can untie all that, wrap it around the trunk of a tree, excuse me, secure my kit, happy days. So then what I'd do is burst this thing open. You know, it's just a zipper. I mean, this thing is stuffed because I've done this for a long-term kit, so please bear that in mind. You don't have to do it to this degree. So we open it up, and in the centre a absorbent towel, which will come into play later on. So obviously one side of the pouch I've got an extensive amount of toilet paper in a Ziploc bag, obviously to keep it dry. You know, it's no good having a ball of paper mache in your kit. And obviously the bag can also be used for water collection, water purification, etc, etc. You know the score with that. The other side, some good strong bin liner bags, lots of them, because without being too rude, if you're in a place where you're not able to burn your waste, your excrement, or you're not able to bury it because you're on hard ground, or you're in an area, or you're using materials that won't decompose, then whatever you take in with you, you should take out with you. Don't leave literally crap lying about. It's unpleasant, it's unhygienic, it's unethical. Don't do it, it's wrong. So take some bags with you. So if you're in a proper bad situation, take a dump in a bag, use the kit to get you clean, get yourself out of there, and take everything out with you that you take in. So couple of pieces of sponge. So yeah, just standard sponge on first appearances. Pressed it down into these Ziploc bags I've used. Sorry about my hands, I've been spray painting. This particular sponge I've used for years, and I'll show you why. You can use any sponge, but I'd really recommend this stuff. It came as a big sponge that I've cut into several pieces, and when you do cut them into pieces, they're like that. So put them in a Ziploc bag, and then just take your bag, excuse me, compress all the air out, obviously zip it up, and it becomes nothing, and the weight is nothing. And that's this stuff, and it's the multi, it's called multi, that's the wrapper that it comes in. And this stuff has got an impregnation in the sponge of antibacterial, very slightly, soap. So as soon as you get this stuff wet, it starts to foam just a little bit, not masses, to make you clean and you know, bacteria free, which is in the field top bombing. For me, that's a good thing to have. So for me, a couple of those, you can see how it's starting to swell already. As soon as you take it out, it absorbs air, and great. So one for doing the business, wiping, one for drying. Keep that one dry, it won't froth up. You get the picture. So I do carry them. Baby wipes. These aren't standard baby wipes. I can't remember the name of the company now, but they are 100% biodegradable. If you choose to use standard baby wipes, non-biodegradable baby wipes, fine, go for it. But please don't put them in the fire, because they won't burn properly. You'll end up with embers that are covered in half burnt excrement covered. It's terrible, don't do it. Again, put them in the bag, take them home with you. You know, biodegradable ones, okay, if you must, bury them. They still take a long time, but that's a good option for me anyway. Biodegradable, keep yourself clean. Once you've used them, I do recommend drying off. So, you know, with some of your towel, dry off. Obviously anywhere that's damp and moist will harbour bacteria or encourage bacteria. So even though you think, oh, okay, I'm nice and clean because I've used my baby wipes, I've got rid of all the surface poo, always dry the area so it's not harbouring bacteria within the moisture as well. So on the outer, I know I'm banging on, but this is a properly important subject, especially if you're going to stay out for a long period of time. So we've got a little cover here, and in there, little, oh, my preps are probably bad here, but no, it's still going. Little torch with a carabiner that I can attach to my other carabiner when this is on the tree. I can sit that on the lid, if you like that, and shine in the direction that I'm taking my vacation. So what else have we got in here? So an important bit of kit, very overlooked. Okay, you might have all your heavy duty camp tools, but when you go out away from camp, don't forget, always do your number 2s away from camp. You don't want to attract animals and vermin to your camp, bringing in potential disease and harbouring bacteria, or taking your food or contaminating your food sources. You don't want none of that, so always away from camp. What I've got here is one of these little cheap, I can't remember how much this was now, I've had this a few years and I've had several. Little folding shovel, as you can probably see. I'm sorry it's dirty, it is soil, by the way, it is soil, I can promise you that. It has been used several times. It's a little folding gardening, these things, they're like £1.50, £2 maybe, something like that. Little stainless folding shovel, which obviously you're going to go and dig yourself a hole to do your business in. Ideal little things, very light, don't rust, stainless, folds down to nothing. Happy days in the front of your bag, why not? I've also got some of these, the little expanding towels. So should you run out of toilet paper, tissue, etc., last resort, one of those. Get your canteen, bit of water, a few drops, and it'll expand to a nice moist, cleansing, hygienic towel. Keep a few of those. And obviously, last but not by any means least, again, I'm a big fan of this, the Purell or similar hand sanitizer. Now for me, just an opinion, if you're going to use any hand sanitizer, which with this sort of equipment and what we're doing, you should, in my opinion, whether it be potassium permanganate, whatever you choose to carry, bleach, whatever, this stuff is great for me because I can use it dry. So once I've done my business, I'm minimising the use of water, because getting the web in under your nails, between your thumbs, that's where all bacteria harbours when you've done your bit, and it dries to nothing. No need for extra water, happy days. And it's a great firelighting fuel source as well. That being said, if you go for a number 2 and you're coming back to camp, be careful if you've used some of this around your hands, around the campfire. It's alcohol based, you know, it's flammable, so be careful, take care. But absolutely recommend some of that. Lasts a long time. You can use this in conjunction with your sponge if you need to. You can use this also with your cookware. So if you've been on an extended camp, your cookware is getting grotty and dirty, no doubt you all know this, you know, you save a bit of tin foil or use some birch bark or willow bark or the combination, scrunch it up, and you basically a bit of water which you've boiled, you're cleaning out your pot. A couple of squirts of that will help loosen any soot, food debris, etc. from the inside of your pot and the outside, obviously, keeping it hygienic and clean so you can stow it away. Happy days, you know, it's another little tip anyway. Anyway, so I thought I'd quickly share that one. Well, it's not so quick actually, but I do recommend a bungee cord and some paracord and a carabiner to hang all your kit up, so you can see what the hell you're doing. You know, if you haven't done any of this before, go out and try it before you go on any expedition. I would definitely recommend a practice run, as daft as it sounds. Don't just practice your fire lighting and your shelter making. Practice taking a number 2 away from home, because it is different. It is very, very different, and your preps need to be different. And that's the truth. So yes, I've rambled on, but on a subject that I personally feel is well overlooked, excuse me, and is very important. There's lots of little methods and tips that I could show, and maybe I will show in the future, regarding, excuse me, how to make a 2-pole lean-to Levine toilet. You know, the barrels, the pits, to include using one in conjunction with a Dakota fire pit, etc, etc. Might cover them in future videos, but I don't want to get too graphic and be too crude on my channel. I'm trying to keep it family friendly. So please, I hope you all understand why I'm doing this. It's not to be crude or be, you know, shock tactics. I'm trying to do it as pleasantly as I can, but it is a very important subject. Yes, if you're going to prep your knives, your fire kits, your cover, your cordage, all the 5 C's of bushcraft, your container, etc., as part of your hygiene kit for long-term extended use, in my opinion, you should carry some sort of a shit kit. That's just my opinion. The little towel, by the way, it's this microfiber towel. You can, at a push, when all this has been expended, you can still use this. You can wash it out, whether even in wet grass. Have you ever been up in the morning and long grass, it's wet through with dew, wring it out, you can get stuff relatively clean. It's better than nothing. Boil your water up, scald it out, you know the score, and you can do that for a long time if you have to. So, and keep yourself dry and clean. So many uses. Anyway, like I say, I've rambled on about this shit subject way too long, but bear it in mind, people. It is worth considering, in my opinion. Let's not all get wrapped up too much in the exciting stuff like the fire lighting and the knives and the axes and all the expensive brand name stuff. Let's don't forget the roots, which are important: your health, your well-being, your hygiene. And we all have to take a dump, right? Anyway, take care, have a great weekend. See you all soon, which won't be long. Giveaway competition coming up soon. Excuse me. So, see you all soon. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah!